Good evening, everyone. Start of the Bensalem Township Council meeting, Monday, March 9th. I would ask that everyone stand for a moment of silent meditation or prayer, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. And before we begin, I just want to note that we think about and consider in our prayers and thoughts the state trooper that lost his life over the weekend, in addition to our men and women, service women that have lost their lives over the last couple weeks. Thank you. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Just real quick to go around the table and introduce everyone here at the counter. I'll start from my left. We have Phil Worster, the Township Engineer. We have Deb McBreen's our Executive Secretary. We have Councilman Knowles. We have Councilman Wenzel, myself, Councilman Tokmajian. We have Councilman Kisselback. And let me just add, Mr. Kisselback, it's really good to see you. Really good to see you being real healthy and up here again. I know you missed a couple meetings.
Thank you.
Yep, you got it.
Thank you.
Mayor DiGirolamo, Joseph Paizo, and Ken Ferris with our solicitors. And then last but not least, I wanted to also make sure that Councilman Sloan, he is via Zoom this evening. Jesse, can you hear us? Okay. He seems to feel that being a nuclear engineer is somewhat important. So, okay, great. Next on the agenda is the Bensalem Police Department presentation of awards, and I will turn the meeting over to Director McVey.
Thank you, Council President. Thank you, Council, Mayor, Administration, all our attendees. I thank you for pointing out that moment of silence for Pennsylvania State Police Trooper. Every day our officers in Bensalem put their life on the line. And we have many of them here tonight. You know, a car stop, everyone thinks that's a routine part of their duties. They're doing about 10 to 15,000 a year, and each one of them encounters their life is on the line. They do that for the residents to keep them safe. So I commend all our officers here tonight for the invaluable work they do in this township. Although we're honoring a few tonight, they all deserve that recognition. Tonight we're going to start with a presentation for life-saving, and then we're going to follow by another presentation for life-saving, and then we're going to honor our 2025 Officer of the Year. So I would like to start by calling Officer Chris Harley to come up. Krystopher Harley. He's escorted by our former Patrol Lieutenant James McGinty, who has since been transferred, but he was in charge of patrol last year. Officer Harley, on August 2nd, 2025, at approximately 8:24 p.m., you and other officers were at the Radisson Hotel for an unwanted subject call. While handling that call, a woman emerged from the pool advising that a child had drowned. You ran to the pool, heard people screaming that a baby had drowned, and observed an unresponsive child. The child was moved to the floor, at which time you began your life-saving efforts. You continued chest compressions and intermittently turned the child to his side, where you delivered pats to the child's back with your palm. You observed the child try to breathe, at which time you placed him in the recovery position and began to pat his back once again. Unfortunately, the child went unresponsive again, and you had to resume CPR efforts. This occurred a few times until the child finally regained consciousness, produced fluid from his lungs, and thankfully began to breathe on his own. He was placed in the recovery position until medics arrived. He was then transported by Bensalem EMS to a hospital and has since made a full recovery based on your actions. Due to your training and life-saving actions, you are hereby recognized with the Bensalem Township Police Department's Life-Saving Award. Congratulations. Chris, yeah. While they're coming around, it should be noted that the child, Savion Long, is 6 years old. We invited to the ceremony tonight, could not make it, but they're very happy due to the efforts, obviously, of Officer Chris Harley. My honor now to call up Officer Mark Wildsmith for a life-saving award. Officer Wildsmith, on August 13, 2025, at approximately 8:47 p.m., you responded to Oriole Drive in Bensalem for a medical emergency. Bucks County Radio advised that a 61-year-old male was actively choking on food. Upon arrival, you were flagged down by a female who advised that her husband was in the bathroom choking on a piece of pork. You entered the residence and located the male who was standing over the bathroom sink, actively choking with blood coming out of his mouth. You immediately began the Heimlich maneuver on the man. This caused a blockage to be cleared from his throat. The male began coughing up blood, but most importantly, his airway had been cleared. Bensalem medics arrived on location and evaluated the male for injuries. The male was medically cleared and refused any other further medical treatment. Due to your training and immediate life-saving actions, you are hereby recognized by the Bensalem Township Police Department with the Life Saving Award. Congratulations. Prior to the mayor coming out, I would like to call up the victim in this, Robert Ralston, and his wife, Lynda. And I would like to point out that Lynda did something that I want everyone to hear. She called 911 during an emergency immediately. Her actions, well, obviously along with Officer Wildsmith, are what saved his life. So thank you for being here tonight. If you'd like to say anything, you certainly can.
I want to thank them for actually being here tonight. I choked a piece on a piece of pork. I could not breathe. I'm trying to tell the wife to give me the Heimlich, and she gave me a helping second. I was a retired police officer. I banged my chest on the sink to try and dislodge it a little bit, but I still wasn't getting enough air. Luckily, the officer and his partner were close by, and before I passed out, he came in and gave me a nice big squeeze. Two of them, matter of fact. It did break a rib. No pain in my chest for a couple of weeks. Was well worth still being here 7 months later.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you being here. And before we do the next presentation, it'll be the 2025 Officer of the Year. I would again like to just use the mayor's line about teams. We are a team in public safety here in Bensalem Township, our police, fire, and EMS. But our police officers, like I said, are out there every single day. Mark does not like to be highlighted. He doesn't like the spotlight. I had to order him to be here tonight in so many words, but when you hear what he did this past year, you understand why he's getting this recognition. And it serves as an example to all the men and women in law enforcement, not just in Bensalem, but across this country. Officer Wildsmith, you are an invaluable member of the Bensalem Township Police Department. Based on your overall professionalism, dedication, and leadership skills, in combination with your exceptional work performance, you have earned the Bensalem Township Officer of the Year for 2025. You consistently handle your calls for service, conduct thorough follow-up investigations, and go above and beyond in your daily duties. In addition to your work as a patrol officer, you serve as an operator on SWAT, a defensive tactics trainer, an explosive ordnance breacher, and a member of the Bucks County Veterans Response Team. Your approach to these roles is always with enthusiasm and a commitment to excellence. Your proactive approach to policing and dedication to duty were clearly demonstrated in January of 2025 when you encountered an armed subject on a traffic stop. Demonstrating remarkable patience and de-escalation skills, you engaged an individual for 50 minutes negotiating in an effort to peacefully resolve the situation. Despite those efforts, the suspect again fled the scene, and this ultimately resulted in an officer-involved shooting. Remarkably, there were no injuries to law enforcement or civilians, and I base much of that on yours and the other officers' actions that evening. Additionally, you performed admirably in various other incidents throughout 2025. In March, you conducted a traffic stop and recovered a Glock handgun with an illegal switch, making the weapon fully automatic. The suspect was arrested, but more importantly, that gun will never be used on the street. In July, you responded to a military veteran who was in crisis and threatening suicide. You were able to establish a rapport with him and assist with putting a plan in place for treatment. That veteran successfully went through 60 days of rehab and received VA assistance. Your actions directly helped save his life. In August, as we just heard, you responded to a 61-year-old male who was choking on food. You quickly performed the Heimlich maneuver, and the blockage was removed from the man's throat. These actions, again, saved this individual's life. In September, you located a stolen vehicle while on patrol. You, along with other officers, followed the vehicle into another jurisdiction. The vehicle pulled into a local convenience store, and the suspects were immediately and safely arrested. The suspects have been committing cigarette thefts in the city of Philadelphia and were probably casing this store when you intervened, therefore preventing a crime from occurring. Officer Wildsmith, due to your dedication, work ethic, intelligent police service, and brilliant execution of police skills, you are hereby awarded with the Bensalem Township Police Officer of the Year 2025. Congratulations. Before we conclude, I would like to thank the officer's family. Officer Wildsmith's family is up front. It's very stressful for a family to have someone as a police officer, especially a wife or a parent. So all of our significant others, we owe a great deal of gratitude. So thank you for not only being here, his parents, his family, his siblings, for raising such a wonderful man, but assisting him and supporting him through this job to set an example for these two young guys up front. I'd like to do a picture with all the officers in a minute, but I was just told that our 6-year-old, Sevion Long, is here, and his mother. You want to come up front, please? And Officer Harley.
Come on, guys, get up.
There you go.
Thank you, everyone.
Just not giving this one.
Coming out.
You got it.
I wrote it down somewhere.
Perfect, thank you.
Where are the awards?
Just give us 1 minute while everybody clears out. You got it.
for your
Congrats again.
service.
Yep, thank you. All right. So we're going to continue with the meeting. First, I just wanted to echo Director McVey's comments as far as our police department. Safety in this township is of the utmost importance here for Bensalem residents. And we have the best police department, not in this county, in this state, but quite frankly in this country. So thank you to our police department for everything that they do. All of our emergency services, to be quite frankly. We're going to move to, and I'll tell you this is the best part of the job, right? To see these awards, and that's going to segue over to us considering the Night of Champions. So the next item on the agenda is to bring up Coach Kevin Burns, and we're going to recognize. Yeah, I'll give them to him, and then he can read them, and then we'll go up. Okay? Yeah, go up. So, Mr. Burns, if you wanted to.
Go up and read the kids.
Okay. Mr. Burns, if you just wanted to give us a minute or two as far as your accomplishment and the team win, and then we're going to give you, the mayor's going to give you the certificates. If you could read off the names. If you
Start
could.
out with Kevin first.
You got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Great job. God bless you.
Appreciate it.
And I guess these are in order, so you can call them out. Come on up, Ed.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, coaches will be first. Assistant coach Bob Southray. Actually got another player here. I'll have to make it up to Joe. First player, forward Ryan Bates.
And then come up here and stand in the middle, so in this way we can get a picture.
Everybody, stand in the middle. Forward, Jude Burns. Forward, Rocco Bushman. Defenseman, Dante Bushman. Forward, Hunter Fazio. Forward, Luke Fazio. I got these stuck together. Forward/defenseman, Matthew Friedenberg. Our captain, forward, JP Lappy. Yeah.
Hold that up where we can all see that.
Defenseman and assistant captain, Gavin Martin. Goaltender, Layla Martin. Forward, Yahor Patel. Forward, Nathan Southray. Our other goaltender, Joey Spoor. Defenseman Luca Stampone. Defenseman and assistant captain Danny Sullivan. And then this kid's not here, but he scored the overtime golden goal for us to win the championship. It's Frankie Vogt. Oh, and I did forget one. Assistant coach Joe Friedenberg.
Thank you.
All good. Go ahead.
Thank
Tell about the championship, how you got the championship.
Yeah, so I've been coaching middle school for 3 years now. On this ride, it was such a fun season. All the kids, all the parents, it truly felt like a family the entire season. Made it to the playoffs, we finished second place. The team that finished first had our number all season. That was Quakertown. First round of the playoffs, we played CB West, beat them 2-1. Quick little note, all season, our goaltending actually finished as the best goaltending tandem in the league. We had the least goals against all season. So we beat CB West to put us into the championship. Lo and behold, we had to play Quakertown. We started off pretty quick against them, had a 3-goal lead. They battled back, tied the game up, and under a minute left to play. Thankfully, Frankie Vogt, he was able to put a goal in. I think it was about 5 minutes into overtime. So,
Congratulations.
thank you. Oh wait, I'm sorry, I forgot one person. Our team manager, Michelle Gardner. I'll get used to it for next year. I'll be better next year.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You want to come
Thank
up
you
for
for
picture?
having us.
Yeah, absolutely.
I really appreciate it. Thank you.
want to know where they get the ice done.
What are you doing, Ed? Kevin, just drop the gloves and swing.
Smile, Ed.
You guys are on the way to practice. Yeah, no problem.
Continue with the meeting. So we're going to move to agenda number 3, public comment. That's limited to just agenda items only. And then at the end of the meeting, we have just general public comment. Anybody want to come for public comment for specific agenda items? Hearing and seeing none, I'll move to agenda number 4, the approval of council minutes for meeting dates both January 12th and February 9th. Does anybody have any corrections, additions that they see on the minutes?
No, I reviewed. I think everything's good. I'd like to make a motion that we approve the meeting minutes for January 12th and February 9th, 2026.
I'll second.
Okay,
Okay, I'll second that motion.
okay. Okay, all in favor, vote aye.
Aye.
Vote Any-
Aye.
I will abstain.
You got it. Thank you. Moving to agenda number 5, the discussion employment of the Township Auditor position. Council members, we received 2 applications, Jimmy Lamb and Santos Ramos. If there is any discussion, please feel free. If not, a motion would be in order. And the resumes were provided in your packets.
Are there 2 appointments or 1 appointment?
No, just one. There was 2 names submitted. Yeah.
I thought that.
Someone want to put a motion up?
Yeah, I will make a motion that we appoint Santos Ramos as auditor.
Okay. Need a second?
I'll second the motion.
Okay. All right. All in favor, vote aye.
Aye.
Vote aye.
Aye.
Okay. Any against? Any abstain? Okay. And I know I see Santos in the audience, so congratulations, Santos. Thank you very much.
You've been sworn in.
Yep. We have Judge Falcone here this evening, so Judge, if you don't mind, Santos, you want to get sworn in by Judge Falcone?
Raise your right hand. Open on the Bible. I, Santos Ramos, do solemnly swear that I will support, obey, and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of this Commonwealth, that I will fulfill the duties of Bensalem Township Auditor with fidelity. Congratulations.
All right. We're going to move to agenda number 6 for the advice and consent of mayoral appointment of 3 members to the Environmental Advisory Board for a 3-year term. Mayor.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. John Thompson, Harry Beccari, and Chase Miller.
Okay. And
I'd like to make a motion to accept all 3 nominations.
Joe.
Just so the record is clear, 2 of the appointments will be filling out portions of unexpired terms. So I believe Mr. Thompson and Mr. Beccari are being appointed to fill out terms that expire in December of 2026, and Mr. Miller would be appointed for a full 3-year term.
Thank you for clarifying. There was a motion. I just need a second to accept those 3 members.
I'll second it.
Okay. All in favor, vote aye.
Aye.
Any against? Okay. And we'll get sworn in if those individuals are here. Yep, okay.
You get
Harry Beccari. You solemnly swear?
I, Chase Miller, do solemnly swear? Do solemnly swear. That I will support? I will support. Obey and defend? Obey and defend. The Constitution?
Constitution
Of the United States?
of the United States,
The Constitution?
the Constitution
Of this Commonwealth?
of this Commonwealth,
And that I will?
and that I will
Fulfill
fulfill
the duties
the duties
of office
of office
as member of
as a member of
Environmental Advisory Board.
as a member of the Environmental Advisory Board. With fidelity. Thank you.
Congratulations. Okay. Move to agenda number 7, the advice and consent of mayoral appointment of 1 member of the Impact Fee Advisory Committee for 1-year term. Mayor?
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. Raj Patel.
Okay. Mayor is, Mr.
Here, I don't see him.
Do you know if,
Mr. Pizzo, what's the time frame for that one that's going on?
That's a 1-year term.
1-year
so that'll
term
just be
finish?
for
Okay, thank you.
For 2026.
We can swear. him
Still
in.
appoint him and then come swear in with the
Yeah.
mayor's office or one of the judge's offices.
okay. Okay.
I'll make a motion to appoint Raj Patel for the Impact Fee Advisory Committee for a term of 1 year.
Need a second?
I'll second it.
Okay. Any questions or comments? Okay. All in favor, vote aye.
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 Any against? Okay. Mayor Deb, can you please see that he follows up with swearing in?
Yep.
Thank you. Move to agenda number 8, the advice and consent of mayor appointment of 2 members to the Senior Citizens Advisory Board for a 1-year term. Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. President. Melissa Heller and Lynda Klein.
I know Lynda could not be here this evening. She had a prior commitment, so we'll
Okay, she can
follow.
come in and we'll do it in my office.
Okay, sounds good. Yep,
So
absolutely.
Melissa's here, right?
Yep.
I'd like to make a motion to accept the mayor's appointments for Senior Citizens Advisory Board for 1-year term.
Second?
I'll second.
Okay. All in favor, vote aye.
Aye.
Any against?
Aye.
Okay, congrats.
Raise your right hand. I. Do solemnly swear. That I will support. Obey and defend. The Constitution. Of the United States. And the Constitution. Of this Commonwealth. And that I will. Fulfill. The duties. As a member of. Senior Citizens Advisory Board. With fidelity. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Okay. We'll move to agenda number 9, the advice and consent of mayoral appointment of 1 member to the Veterans Affairs Advisory Board for a 1-year term. Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. President. Gerard Vogt.
Okay. Need a motion to accept that nomination?
I'll put that in the form of a motion, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Krystopher. Second?
I'll second.
I'll second.
Okay. All in favor, vote aye.
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 Any against? Okay. Gerard Vogt?
I, Gerard Vogt, do solemnly swear. That I will support. Obey and defend. The Constitution. Of the United States. The Constitution. Of this Commonwealth. That I will. Fulfill. The duties. As a member of. The Veterans Affairs Advisory Committee. Advisory Board. With fidelity. Congratulations.
What are, what part of the?
What services?
Army?
Army.
Congratulations.
You got it. Mayor, I can tell you, Jerry reached out earlier in the year.
Thanks for your service.
Was passionate about serving on the board. Another vet, and we thank our vets for their service.
Yeah, great.
And he's, yeah. Okay. All right, congrats.
Mr. Sloan.
Okay. We're going to move to agenda number 10, the consideration of a minor land development for James Me. Mr. Pizzo, I'm going to turn this over to you.
Thank you, Mr. President. Yes, as council will recall, the hearing on this minor land development was commenced at your meeting of February 9. It became apparent that there were still some outstanding items that the developer needed to address before council could act on the application, and so the matter was tabled to a date certain of this evening. The end of last week, I received correspondence from Mr. Me, the president of the company, asking that the matter be continued further so that the plans can be further revised, resubmitted, and reviewed by the township engineer. The necessary extension of time under the municipality's planning code was granted to the township for the consideration of this application. I believe the administration would recommend at this point that the matter be tabled to the council's second meeting of April.
Mr. Wirst, I'll just turn to you too as well. Would that be acceptable to go with the April 27th meeting?
That's fine.
And you're,
Yes, Mr. President.
okay, thank you. All right. Gentlemen.
My only question, Mr. President, is it doesn't make sense to table it to a date certain. Do we have to, according to the MPC? Or should we just table it until the applicant is ready to move forward?
The MPC does not require tabling to a date certain. The township typically would table to a date certain so as to save the applicant the expense of having to mail out the certified notices to the adjacent property owners. Otherwise,
Understood.
Council can certainly just table it indefinitely, and they can re-notify when it's ready to go, whichever way you all.
The neighbors are only, are industrial neighbors that are.
Yes,
so.
yes.
I think there's only 3, so.
Right, there's only a few.
Yeah, my recollection is that the notices that were provided in February were a handful.
Thank you. Gentlemen, your pleasure to make the motion.
I'll make a motion that we move this minor land development for James McVey at 1642 Woodhaven Drive to a date certain of April 27th.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, motion and second. Any questions or comments on the motion? Okay, hearing none. All in favor, vote aye.
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 Any against? Okay. That will move to April 27th. Thank you. Move to agenda number 11, consideration of 2 escrow releases. We will start with the first one, which is located at 700 Bristol Pike. for the amount of $671,499.50. And I see Quentin up there. He's ready to go.
I'm back.
Okay. Quentin, you want to give us a rundown on this, please?
Yeah, good evening, Council, Mayor. So this is the escrow release number 1 for the new project on 700 Bristol Pike, which is actually going by the address of 650 Bristol Pike. This is basically for the initial E&S installations, stormwater installation, and just maintenance and mobilization supervision on the property for the project. Everything's been checked. I know there was questions about some notations on our previous report. Pretty much, we have got eyes back down there since the snow has melted, just to see what the conditions are out there. One of the things I do want to remind everyone, part of the land development agreement does have notations in there that even if anything is released, we do have the right to go back and have that checked or changed or corrected if necessary. So we are protected until the end of the job. When everything is 100% completed, we can go back and still require some additional work to be done. So.
Understood, but we have a little bit more leverage when we're holding their
Correct.
escrow monies.
Correct.
Okay. I'll turn to, is that all?
For 700, that's all I have.
Okay. I'll turn to council, see if they have any other questions.
Yeah, I had a couple questions. How was, let's see, line item 2, supervision and project management? There's a note on there that says holding percentage due to amount of construction that has been completed. How was that calculated?
So
They've requested over 62,000, and we're, looks like township engineers recommending just over 25,000.
So basically what we did on this is, typically we don't get this line item too often. We estimated the project length and kind of split that up into like a monthly thing, because from what the developer or the builder is telling us, they're going to be submitting it monthly. So basically what we just used is for how much work that they did do, kind of based it off of that, because this does not have to do with the actual building construction. We are just focused on the actual site work itself.
Okay.
So is there
And
a
then
separate-
my other question is really a math issue. The numbers that are recommended, the total in our packet is $668,608.90, which is less than what is recommended on the cover sheet of this escrow release. It looks like the higher value is based on the previous version that we had tabled.
Mine's correct.
But I'm not sure why it wasn't updated. So there's definitely an error here that needs to be fixed before this can move forward.
Oh, okay. It says this release.
Yeah, I know,
Oh, on the left.
Councilman Sloan, it looks like we did change a couple things after reviewing it with the office.
Oh, this.
And I'm not sure why it did not get caught to the 668, 608.90, like you said. But that should be in the place of that release, instead of 671,499.
Right. So then if we put a motion up, Quentin, then we would go with the one that
I would go
runs
with
the
the
numbers at
668.
668.
668, 608.90. And sorry for the inconvenience.
Councilman Sloan, anything else?
That's it for me.
The only thing I want to note is, as Councilman Sloan had on number 2, supervision and project management, we're actually giving the applicant $37,000 less, $30,695 less. So it's not like we're giving them more. So it's under control is what I'm saying. Okay?
Understood. Yeah. Councilman Knowles, did you have something?
No. I just wanted to emphasize that there'll be a separate escrow for the actual construction, right, for the building of the.
No, we don't have escrow for the construction of the
Okay,
building.
that's still left here, so this is just site work you're giving back?
All we have escrow for is the site improvements itself. We never get escrow for the actual building construction.
Okay.
And you're confirming line item 10, 12, 13, and 14 are complete?
Yes, with regards to the storm sewer, yes.
Okay.
Okay. Gentlemen, I would need a motion to accept the release.
I'll make a motion that we accept the escrow release for 700 Bristol Pike, tax 02-031001, in the amount of $668,608.90, as audited by the Finance Department.
Thank you. Need a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Motion, any questions, comments on the motion? I'll call it. All in favor, vote aye.
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 Okay, any against? Okay, that one's approved. Thank you. We'll go to the second escrow release for Faith Unity on Richlieu Road, asking for an amount of $3,500 in terms of escrow release. Quentin?
So this would be escrow release number 6 for Faith Unity.
Actually, I'm sorry, $500.
$500.
I was going to correct you on that, that's okay.
Yep.
So basically, last release we did for them, I believe it was for $8,500. We had held some money back in relationship to the outlet structure being corrected, as well as the fire hydrant. Since that time, the contractor has come back in and added the additional orifice into the outlet structure as required, based on the revised stormwater requirements. That work has been checked and that's acceptable, which we're releasing that $500 that we were previously holding.
From the last release.
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
Council, any questions? Quentin, I know I had asked this before with Phil, but we were having a lot of water issues, and I know they redid that, some of the
Correct.
water management, so.
So basically, when the initial underground basin went in the parking area, it sat for a little bit. The project and the design engineer actually went out, checked it. It was not percolating as well as he thought it would be. So the job sat for, I'm thinking a couple months, I don't know off the top of my head. It was revised, they resubmitted, which was then reapproved. The outlet structure that we're referring to now was already installed. So that had to be modified with the new submission, which the site contractor did not do. So once we got into the structure before the release, we found that it was still the original structure. They recommended a new orifice be installed, which they did core and put in place, basically.
Got it.
So it's working now, though?
It's working now.
Okay.
As far as we know, yes.
Yeah.
We haven't found any reason to see it's not.
Okay.
When we did go out there about a week or so, a week and a half ago, there was water in the structure, but it wasn't as high as it should be to leave. So it's storing and holding water back.
How much work's left to complete there?
So based on this phase, basically what they did is they broke this down into 2 phases, basically. So right now we have phase 1, which is only the parking area that you see, as well as that storm sewer system. One of the things that they did do was build a building pad for some events to raise some money. The next phase will be twice the size of what we have now, which again, you'll have another underground basin. It's pretty much exactly, it's just a mirrored effect on the project. I have not heard anything on the actual building construction yet. I know an architect has called in, but this was last year, and that's pretty much being handled by the building officer at this point.
So they're gonna ask for a release of the balance of $3,500.
Yeah, so the $3,500 is probably going to end up staying until phase 2.
Phase 2, okay.
I would assume until the somebody comes back and does phase 2, because that will then you have the water lines and the sewer lines going in at that time. So
Okay.
all we have right now is a parking lot and stormwater.
So pretty much probably hold the rest of this release until the next phase starts.
Correct.
Okay.
Until that fire hydrant gets put in, we don't have any utilities in at this point except for the stormwater.
Okay.
So I think you answered my question, but the current water management that's in there now is only for the parking area, basically, and that impervious that they've already created. And what you, just correct me if I'm wrong, but so they're going to put a second underground water basin in with the construction of the building?
So there's actually more than just that. So basically we have, if you're familiar with the site, if you're looking from Richlieu Road, it would be to the right-hand side behind, there's like a stone pad off of the actual paving. There is another basin that was installed, not as part of phase 1, but the contract was there, so we decided to do 90% of it. So that's still going to handle the roof water for that building. That's tied into the existing stormwater for 1. Phase 2 stormwater system is actually connected into phase 1 as well. So it's pretty much the stormwater system now is for the parking lot itself that's there. Phase 2 stormwater will be the second phase of the second parking lot as well as the building to complete all the stormwater. So you'll have probably 45% of the stormwater facilities in and accepted at this point. So basically you have, like I said, one is actually installed, it's not been inspected, it's not part of phase 1, the contractor took it on his own to put it in.
Got it, I see.
So
Okay.
that's behind the building, but that's where the roof water is going to be going from the building into that one, which then in turn connects into the phase 1 stormwater system.
Got it, okay, so he proactively put that,
Correct.
that in,
Right.
knowing that he was gonna have to put it in with the building of the
Correct.
construction
So
of the
the
building.
contractor basically did some other work as well, like he put like the traffic, not the traffic, but the light bases in for the parking area.
Yep.
Figured he was there, he would do it. It's not part of our phase, so it's there. He just took it upon himself to kind of, why not do it now, why have the time?
Right, it's probably cheaper to do it that way too as well, I'm thinking.
Right, so he'll have to
We can
mobilize and
parking
come back
lot.
and do
I-
everything else.
But we're still gonna increase the impervious with the construction of the building.
Correct, so your impervious is going to increase by the size of the building as well as what parking lots you see now is going to be mirrored further back into the job. So basically, they've only cleared half of what they're supposed to do.
Right.
So it's just
Okay.
going to be what you see now,
Yep.
pushed back on the other side. So basically, it's going to mirror what's here.
And that second basin that he pre-built basically is going to capture the additional runoff from the construction of that building.
Correct. So
Okay.
you have the underground basin that was already installed.
Yep.
We're going to have another one like that in
Yep.
the parking lot. We also have another basin behind the building that will capture. So with all the basins that are installed and what's proposed, all that stormwater is being controlled by what we already have installed.
And I'm only asking a little more details because of the problems that we had. And if I remember correctly, we saw all that water running over Richlieu Road, which
Right.
became somewhat problematic.
Right.
So I just want to make sure that the two basins that are there are going to be able to capture all of that rainwater that doesn't create the same issues that we have.
So as of right now, we don't have the wearing course on the actual parking area. It's just the base course. So our inlets that are out there, there is 1, 2, I believe 3 inlets that are high. But we do have swales between, well, I'm going to call it parking lot A and parking lot B, which then is piped into the system underground. So that's all controlled that way. But like I said, you might have some water on the access drive coming in, which would be on the southern side, I would say, that might bypass the inlets to get in there.
Right, got
So from what I understand, when that Richlieu Road did overflow, there was some other situations going on at that time. I believe from what I was told, there was obstruction in the line,
Yep.
which had been since removed. We did have them go back last spring or last early summer. There was some concerns that we had with the county conservation. We actually went down with them, had them redo their outfall because their system on site ties into the state system that was installed on Richlieu Road, which then discharges right at that cross pipe.
Yep.
So we had them redo that area. If you go by and look, you'll see new stone, grass growing, which wasn't like that before. So that should slow it down a little bit and not wash out.
Got it,
There
yep.
wasn't really that much washout, but by looking at with the conservation, there was areas that were disturbed. We actually just wanted them to reseed it, but they took effect, cut it out, redo it, which we were okay with.
Got it, okay. I remember approving this project.
Okay.
And we told them at that time, hey, you're going to have water issues, right? Because all that water comes down from that cemetery.
Correct.
And it sits in that lot. So we knew that they were going to have some significant water management work to
Right.
do.
And that's why I think, like I said, I don't know what generated, I wasn't the inspector at the time when the
Okay.
first one went in, but I know I was involved after the fact when it wasn't working, because we had another inspector doing the field inspection.
And just to clarify, we don't collect any additional escrow with the building, even though there's water management that's associated with that?
We'll get additional escrow for all the new improvements, which will be the underground, the paving and stuff like
I
that.
see.
So we'll get all those escrows at that point, once they get into phase 2.
Got it, thank you. Council, any other questions? I know I took up a little time there. Okay. Just need a motion to accept and approve the release of the $500.
I'll put the motion on the floor, Mr. President, that we approve the escrow for Faith Unity Tax Map Parcel 2-1-55-002 in the amount of $500, subject to the audit of the Finance Department.
Thank you. Second?
I'll second.
Okay, any questions, comments, to the motion? Call it, all in favor, vote aye.
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 Against? Okay, great, that's approved. Thank you very much, Quentin, appreciate it.
They've been very cooperative, too. these
Not you, that goes to one.
Okay.
and you've worked with us.
Oh, yeah, agreed. Yeah. Okay. We move to agenda number 12, last item on the agenda, consideration of a land development extension agreement for Costa Homes located at 4946 Neshaminy Boulevard. Mr. Pizzo, is this yours?
Yes, Mr. President. The developer, Costa Homes, has submitted a land development extension agreement request to the township for the land development project at 4946 Neshaminy Boulevard. The developer is requesting that the existing land development agreement be extended for a period of 1 year out to May 27, 2027. If council is inclined to grant the request, and I believe the administration does not oppose it, if council is inclined to grant the request, the recommendation is that you do so subject to audit of the remaining escrows by the township engineer and the township finance department to make sure that sufficient monies remain in the escrow account to finish the public improvements as required under the developer's agreement.
Has this been extended before?
I don't know. I
being
see
built now,
Mr. Neeren nodding his head, yes.
Yeah. He redid the house for a while and then sat on it. Now he's actually building the houses. There's 3 houses plus the original one that was rehabbed.
Right, it's been a while.
Yeah, been a while, yeah.
It had to have been, because I remember when we originally did the land development for these homes over 4 years ago.
Yeah, he built
You said
one,
you were going to
he
grade
redid
school when
it.
you passed it, Jesse?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Did you say you were in grade school when you passed it, when they started? Is that
4
what you
years
said?
ago.
No, but look, this was back when I was on council last time, so
Yeah, I think
it's been sitting around for a while. My question is the delay impacting the neighboring homes? Because I know that they were not thrilled with the construction in the first place.
No.
Well, we had a couple questions that they had when you guys we got a request and we had it looked into it.
Yeah.
About where the garage was and how far they
Right,
were.
I remember that, yeah.
But they're building, I think, 3, they have a house there plus 3, so they built the 1. And the other 2 will be on the other side, not really near the neighbors, but more back up to the school.
Yep.
So there's nothing more close to the neighborhood building, but you want them to finish it too. You don't want a half-finished project.
Understood, but I mean, there's got to be some certain a timeline in terms of them finishing that
Exactly.
too as well, you know? I mean, how many
Yeah.
times are we going to allow an extension
It's right
without
on, it's right on
saying?
the Neshaminy Boulevard.
Right,
Yeah.
you're talking, what, 4 homes, is it?
Well, the
total.
the original
Yeah,
home was
total.
rehabbed.
It was the 3.
And then there was 3.
Right.
They tried to get 4 and we turned them down.
Yep. Quentin, did you want to?
Yeah, so I don't know exactly the history. From what I do understand, he was busy building other homes in another area of Pennsylvania, from what I understand. That's what delayed him to start here. So he just recently started, it was the end of last year. Started seeing the construction, met him on site. We found out that his MPDS had actually expired previously. So we worked with him in the Conservation District to get that started. So everything was on hold again once he initially started the first house. So we actually shut him down until we could get the county where they needed to be on their requirements. So that stopped him again for like 3 months. That was the end of last year. So he's actively working now. As far as I know, I think he's moving from the first house. He's starting already on the second and third new home. I'm not sure the status on the existing house that was there. But I just wanted to give you that information.
Got it, thank you. Well, since you're there, go ahead.
Do you think I'll actually finish in a year?
Typically, it's 3 to 4 months if they rush. So I don't, for last experience on the last jobs, he pretty much knocks them out pretty quickly.
Okay.
So I would think 6 months, he should be able to have them all done. But, I mean, that could,
I just
There
don't
could be
think we should
something
just give
else.
him 1 year and then he's 2 years from now, or next year, he's asking for another one.
yeah, I mean, I don't,
So, I
unless
just
he
wanna know
pulls
getting
out,
started.
unless he
Where you're
pulls
sitting.
out and starts something else. But from what I've found out, like I said, he didn't want to start until he could actually come in and finish that job.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you may want to relay
I
to
think
him
it-
that the council's not happy with extending it to the May 27th, 2027, and may look at it in a disparaging way if he wants to extend it another time.
I will let him know.
Fair point. Just a couple other questions too.
Yep.
From what I understand, and to Councilman Knowles' point, there were some changes from the plan that we originally saw when it came in front of us. Like, for example, a garage location, right? And I'm assuming you look at the setbacks to make sure that it still falls in line with code, correct?
Correct. So basically what happens is when a plan comes to you for like land development, like a situation like this, they can still revise those houses depending on who's buying the house. Sometimes if somebody wants like a bump out, as long as it meets the zoning requirements, there's not a zoning issue, it's approved that way. The only thing that we do look at is, to say for example, on this particular site, they have front basin, a front underground basin as well as a rear underground basin. Just for argument's sake, I don't know the square footages on that building, but if it's 2,000 square foot that you see when it comes in, if it's 2,200, they still have to amend those stormwater things before we issue the actual building permit for the 2,200 square feet. So even if it's reduced 1,800 to 1,800, he would not have to make it as big as it was originally proposed. So we look at all that at the time of the actual building permit.
But if it is bigger than proposed, or if there's a change in terms of the garage, or if there's the bump out, there's an amendment to that application that's submitted to building and planning, so in this way it gives you the heads up?
Correct.
Okay.
So just in my 30 years here, there's a lot of times where we go out, we actually do a stakeout inspection. So what happens is when the surveyors go out, they'll locate those houses. We'll use their marks, measure them off, make sure everything looks okay. If that's then good, they proceed with their excavation, footing, foundation. In a case like this, we're on the job, so we would actually see this over a period of time and go back out and look. There might be a single house where a lot of times they'll go out, they'll flip the house, like in this case, which is not a big deal as long as it's not shifted. A lot of times when we go out for a final inspection, we double check ourselves again to make sure the house measures what we have. In the newer cases over the last few years where we're doing the underground stormwater systems, we actually double check those houses at the time of the pit inspection just to make sure if they have to increase the size, we can let them know at that point that you need to give us another, say, 10 cubic feet. So we might make it, instead of a 10 by 20, we have to make it a 10 by 21.
Got it.
So we do a field check at that point as well.
And I actually drove by when we got that complaint.
Yeah.
And they do switch garages size, but they switched it to the side closer to the existing house that was already there, and it's further away from any existing neighbors.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it's actually better for the guy on the left.
Yeah, one of the reasons why he told
Further
us
away from him.
he did do that flip on his own was because he's got to put the sidewalks in along Neshaminy Boulevard.
Right.
And there's definitely like a hill out
Yeah,
there
sometimes a
on
curve.
the end. So by having the driveway all the way at the end, he's got some restrictions that he can't do and make it look nice.
Yep.
One of the reasons why he did, which seems logical from plan.
And what about, he had to go through PennDOT for being on the Neshaminy
No.
Boulevard? Oh, no?
No, that's a Township road.
Oh, okay.
So as part of that project, they are required to mill and overlay because of gas, electric, water, all the sewer connections. One of the things that's required as part of his project is the mill and overlay. Once all those utilities are connected in the street,
Okay.
you'll have a new area of roadway, not like 6 or 7 new trenches across the street.
Got it,
So-
okay, all right.
He did build the houses next to County Downs, under the curve.
Yeah, on Byberry Road down
Yeah,
there
they're
a few
pretty
years
nice.
back, and that,
Did a nice job too.
I believe he has a couple other projects.
All
coming
right.
up.
Councilman Sloan, anything else? You there? Are you muted? There you go. Hit your-
There we go. Thanks. I think we should consider a 6-month extension as opposed to a full year. It sounds like this work can be done and should be done in 6 months. And we're not talking 6 months from now. We're talking 6 months from the end of the extension, which gets you to November, the end of November of this year. That seems plenty of time to get the work completed.
He's got he's finishing a house and has 2 more to build. That's kind of.
Yeah, as far as I know, he contacted us about a week and a half ago about, so it's basically what he was doing was, there's an existing driveway to the existing house. He actually contacted us in the Conservation District because he's got to put entrances in because the conditions out there are so bad. He's got to access Bensalem or Neshaminy Boulevard for each lot because he can't get his concrete trucks into the other 2 lots to pour those foundations. So that was issued and okayed a week and a half ago.
And, there was dirt there too as well, I believe?
Yeah, there was dirt, which was cleaned up. He actually approached us about the entrances, just because we weren't there. He basically just called us and said, hey, you know, can we do this? And like, as long as you put your construction entrance in, maintain it, he's got green silt sockets up there, so he's got to reinstall that away from where the entrances are as well.
Yep.
So that's all got to get redone. Last time I was up there or went through the area was, I believe, Thursday, and it was not done at that point. So we're pretty much monitoring what's going on up there, especially with all the melt from the snow.
Got it. Council, your
Can I
pleasure
still-
then. Jesse, if that's the way you wanted to go, you can certainly put the motion up.
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we approve a 6-month extension to the land development agreement for Costa Homes at 4946 Neshaminy Boulevard, tax parcel 020191997.
Okay.
November 30th,
Yeah, it will be
2020.
November. Yep. I need a second on that motion.
I'll second the motion.
Real quick, any public comment on that? I just want to see if there's anybody here. Okay.
I'd just ask Mr. Nguyen, do you believe all the public improvements, that he can have everything done, grass, seeded, street trees, everything in 6 months?
If he moves like he did before, I would assume it should be done by the end of the year.
Well, and we'll at least be able to see his progress at that point. I mean, if he needs a couple more months and he's like 9/10 of the way
Exactly.
done or 8/10 of the way done, right?
I'm with Jesse on this one, because if we give him a year, he just could
Okay.
potentially just lay on it and just,
All right, well,
you know,
we have
rush
a
last
first and we
minute.
have a second.
That's fine. Yep, motion second. All in favor, vote aye.
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 Any against? Okay.
Did you assign a date?
6 months from that May
November
date.
30th, 2026?
Yep,
November 30th of this year.
November 30? Okay.
correct. Yep. Okay.
I gotta be one
Yeah, he seconded. He seconded.
You good on that?
Thank you.
Okay. All right. I'll move to agenda number 13. Any public comment for this evening? Please, come on up.
That has to go.
Hi, I'm Janet Roman, 3981 Grace Avenue.
I'm sorry, real quick. Just repeat your name again?
Janet Roman,
Okay.
3981 Grace Avenue. And I know this is kind of last minute, not on the agenda, but it came to light yesterday, something important, and I'm here on behalf of my elderly neighbor. He has mobility issues, Mr. Anthony Rogowski. He is 3922 Grace Avenue. And it came to light yesterday that a neighbor on Grace Avenue noticed cars and people walking around, so he went to find out, and then he called Joanne Redding, the head of zoning board, and Remax broker owner, to find out what was going on, because she presently owns the property, I think with the mayor, called 1418 School Lane Corporation. The address is her real estate agency, Rudolph, let's see. And so she told him that she is putting in 2 houses on Grace Avenue, which is considered a minor subdivision. So Anthony Rogowski, his property borders, when will he be notified? When will all the neighbors get notice of this minor subdivision?
They didn't go in for anything. They're looking at the property. They were looking at the property. They haven't come in for a subdivision, nothing. They haven't come into the township or anything. They're
Okay,
looking at the
because 3
property,
months
they
ago,
walked the
on December
property.
8th, when I was driving down the road, I happened to notice, and I was a little curious, why was there a surveying truck, Cruise Surveying? And I met the surveyor that day, so I thought, that's odd, why would he, so ever since then, I have checked the zoning agenda, the planning commission agenda, the council meeting agenda to see when will it say, like it says for everyone else, will, consideration of a minor land development, like when when will that
I'll
happen,
answer-
you know?
So there's no formal submission to the township for any land development work on that road. So until that submission is to the building and planning, and then it gets reviewed, then at that point, then it would go to the appropriate boards here in Bensalem. So right now, there's nothing that's happening, and no construction can happen at all whatsoever until it gets submitted to building and planning for
Right,
review.
so at the township building, there is no plan to view,
Nothing.
there is nothing environmental, because it is zoned R11, which is supposed to preserve the natural aesthetic.
So
and-
if they're building homes, then yes, more than likely, it would probably have to be rezoned too as well. And
No, but there is a creek that runs through, so there's
there
the.
could be some wetland issues too as well.
Yeah, wetland erosion, because the water always runs down across Grace and heads to the creek. So 2 houses will have an infiltration of water constantly
Yep.
coming, right at them.
Yep.
And, once all the vegetation is removed and the trees, who knows how much erosion right there leading to the creek will be evident.
So let me just ask, you're on Grace as well?
Yes.
So Mayor, could we just make sure that everyone on Grace, if there is a submission at some point in the
Oh,
future, near
absolutely.
term, just make sure that it's
The
notified?
only thing they've
Okay.
done, they're looking at grades for sewer, they're looking at the.
Yep, okay.
and
Yeah,
it's
but the
been-
surveyor
and
obviously
it's
is
been
surveying
surveyed.
for
And they're
reasons.
surveyors,
I'll-
they're surveyors.
Yeah, so surveyors don't need to submit for land development, that's all. So,
But usually they're part of like Pickering and Court, they're the ones who do the engineering site plan for a new development.
Right.
And R11 only allows 2 houses on 1 acre.
You'll be notified, you can come to
Right.
any meeting.
So-
Yeah, well, that's
So-
why Anthony was not able to come. He borders, and when Joanne Redding told the other neighbor, there are 2 houses that are going to be built, which is considered a minor subdivision, there's just been no notification, and that
There's
sounds
nothing
pretty.
going on.
wait, I get it.
Then I don't know why she said that yesterday.
So nothing has officially been submitted. If she knows some information that it's going,
Okay.
yeah, there's
Yeah, so
nothing that.
as long as everyone is kept
We're confirming
informed.
this evening that nothing has been submitted, but
Yes.
just be aware that you will be notified if there is a submission
Yeah, is there a
and it
certain
goes.
number of feet, even though like
That's
I'm
right.
across the
That's correct.
road?
So,
That's
so
right.
this is partially what I do for a living, right? I work in construction, I do commercial, residential work. If a potential buyer comes in and is willing to pay for a survey, what they'll do is they'll survey the property to see if they can do what they want to do. So the potential buyer is putting money out to look into this, and it may not, nothing may become of it because they could say, hey, we did the
Right.
survey, you can't do anything. So that's the potential, the owner of that property and the surveyor, the owner of the property and the potential buyer are the ones that are working together to survey the property. They can do that, but they haven't submitted anything, is
Yes.
what we're
Well,
saying. So like, perfect example, if I wanted to subdivide my house and Joe wanted to buy the property, we can agree that he can pay for a surveyor to survey the property. If the surveyor comes back and says, you can't put a house here, then Joe paid for that to happen, but nothing can happen, if that makes sense.
Yes,
So,
well-
But just so you're aware, if there is a submission that goes in front of one of our boards, you will be notified. And then at that point, then you can come to speak to that board, whether it's zoning and/or council, to speak in favor or against the project.
Yes, because that parcel was purchased from my family and myself back in January '02. So, and at that time, they did put up 2 houses they surveyed it and put up 2 houses on Galloway. Now, 24 years later, there's talk of more development, and I can see why the Democrats ran on and won many seats with the Republicans being with overdevelopment in this area. Like nothing can be preserved. The woodlands, the trees, the wildlife,
Yep.
that is a special area. That's why it was zoned R11 in the first place, not to have more houses on a private road.
Understood. So, like
I mean,
I said,
there's
like I
like
said,
nothing sacred anymore other than the dollar, it seems.
nothing has been submitted at this point, as
Yeah, but
confirmed
that's
this
good, as
evening.
long as people will be notified, because he
absolutely.
is borders, and when Joanne Redding told the neighbor there are going to be 2 houses, That's,
Yeah, I can't,
Yeah, I
I
know.
can't speak to that, but I
but
can.
that's on record, though.
I can tell you that, so you will be notified if there is a submission and it goes in front of our
Yes, well,
board?
considering, yes, I saw
Yep.
this surveyor there,
You
I
will be-
suspect
You will
there
be
will be.
notified, yep.
Yes.
All right. Yep.
Okay,
All
thank
right.
you.
All right,
That
thank you so
helped
much.
clear
By the way,
it up.
Bensalem, if you don't know this, Bensalem has more acreage, open space, than any other community in Bucks County.
Yeah, but
So-
it keeps shrinking.
Thank
The
you.
house is on the, on the corner.
Thank
that-
you.
Well, it's just,
Yeah, yep, thank you.
it's
I just want to
disappearing.
make-
Thank you very much. Have a nice night. Okay. Any other public comments? Hearing and seeing none, I'll close the portion of public comment. Yo. Hey. Thank you. Any other business? I'll go around the room. Mr. Worsta.
No, Mr. President.
Thank you. Ms. McBreen. Oh, you got it. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, absolutely. No problem. Councilman Knowles.
Now, I just wanted to mention that I think the concert schedule came out, so check the website. The council schedule, the entertainment schedule went out, so it's 70 degrees today. We'll almost be ready for concerts pretty soon, you know? So finally, the weather has broken, and yeah. I would like to wish everybody a happy St. Patrick's Day, because we won't be here for that, okay? And then also happy St. Joseph's Day, at least to the 3 Josephs that we have here, you know? But I think it's the 19th of March is St. Joseph's Day, because I used to get $2 from Uncle Joe. And that was a lot of money back then, you know?
Got it.
That's all I got, thank you.
Still have.
I still have it, yeah, I do.
Thank you. Councilman Wenzel.
Yeah, I want to piggyback off of what Joe said. St. Patty's Day was next week. Everybody go out and have fun, but please be safe. Our police officers are out there. They do a great job, but we don't want anybody to get hurt. Please be safe.
Thank you. Mr. Pizzo.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, happy St. Joseph's Day.
Okay. Mr. Kisselback.
Well, first of all, I'm glad to be back. Sitting here with my colleagues, and I'm very impressed with their concern, as I was out a little ill for a little bit, and they were keeping in touch with me, so I do greatly appreciate that. And so I just want to express that, and my neighbors, of course. And as we know, March 17th is St. Patty's Day, which was mentioned, but a few days later is spring, on the 20th of this month. So here we go. So this gentleman who wants to have his extension to May 27th, Jesse, he doesn't need it. You're right. All right, that's it. Thank you.
All right, we'll do. Councilman Sloan, anything?
I just want to say it's good to see Councilman Kissel back in council chambers. So looking forward to seeing you in person when I return.
Got it. And
I have a question, if I may. I'm amazed. You're in Texas, is that correct?
I am in Phoenix, Arizona right now.
Arizona. Well, how did you get that Bensalem Township logo behind you in such a
Pretty nifty.
perfect way?
It's much better than the hotel room behind me. So
I mentioned at the beginning of the meeting, he is a nuclear engineer, so I'm sure he'd be able to figure that out.
All right.
Mayor?
Yes, thank you. Jess, you look good, by the way, on there. It's working
Thank you, Mayor.
perfectly. It's working perfectly.
good.
Number one, certainly for the prayers for armed forces, we know what's going on there, and we lost 7 men there, and certainly the state trooper that just happened, and you know that's something we every day live with, even here. You stop a car, and God forbid those things happen. So let's keep them in our prayers. Well, Saturday, the 21st, is the Township Easter egg hunt. They sold it out immediately. They only had so many, it sold out. So, but it's the 21st if you want to come and watch at this point. I know Joe Knowles mentioned the amphitheater. We're having record sales on getting for the season, right? And that's really good. And the good thing really happening, we're getting more Bensalem people than we normally got in the past buying the passes. So that's great. The Memorial Day Parade is coming up. We have time to talk about that, of course. I have my I want a little advertising for my scholarship fund. You had that, it's due on April 17th. So for the kids to get them in, all the high school kids to get in for the scholarship, I hope they, I don't judge that, so I have nothing to do with the judging of the essays. But if you know kids and seniors, tell them to get their applications in. They appreciate that. And there's so many things going on, guys. You can go to our website, bensalempa.org. You get a lot of information on there. I just don't want to keep reading. You can go on there and get all of that. And everybody a happy St. Patrick's Day. Even if you're not Irish, they tell me I had to do it, but St. Joseph's Day after that.
Yeah.
Do we have a St. Ed's Day coming up or anything like that?
No, I don't think so.
No? We got to look that up.
Well, St. Patrick was he was an Italian, by the way.
No.
He wasn't.
He was a
Yes,
kid.
he was.
No, I do not know. He was not.
I think he was.
That's it,
All right.
Mr.
Thank
President.
you. Thank you, Mayor. Just three things. I'll echo the same sentiments that I did earlier about our police. The state trooper, continue to keep them in mind, as well as our military servicemen and women. Real quick, also talking about, Mayor, the website. I think the Public Works Director position is still open if anyone is interested in applying.
Yes.
Great. All right. And then,
Application.
great. And then lastly, I just talking about a lot of our students here in the township. The mock trial team from the high school is going to regional championships tomorrow evening. We'll be competing in Doylestown at the county courthouse. So, for BHS, so we wish them lots of luck. If they win tomorrow night, they would go to state championships. So, I know Mr. Pizzo is familiar with mock trial too as well. So, yeah. Great. That's all I had. Put a motion, ask for a motion for adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Okay, second?
Second.
Okay, thank you, and we're adjourned.
All right.
Thank you very much. Have a good evening.